We're back on EA Sports. Still early in this one as we pick up the action here in the first quarter. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds.
A gain of 19 yards.
It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On play action now, McCarthy. Flushed out of the pocket.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd down, McCarthy to pass. Downfield, he's got Hawkinson. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
That's another Vikings. First down.
Trying to work quickly now.
First down and goal to go.
The Steelers calling their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Right on the doorstep now. Here's 1st and goal from inside the 1. Again, McCarthy to throw. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings find the end zone for 6. It's a T.J. Hawkinson touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.
The Vikings will line up.
Another throw here for McCarthy. And that catch in the end zone gives them the lead.
That makes the score Vikings 16. Steelers.
Worked so well the first time. Hey, why not go right back to it? See if you can be successful again. They do, and they are.
And I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because you almost feel the confidence, right? Like if you get it the first time, you're almost playing with house money. Even if you fail, it's still 14 points. It's not really a failure. And if you get it, well, you gain even more confidence and make that opponent think that much more.
Well, no real answers for that one. I can't imagine you would do that intentionally for any reason. Can you? Yeah, no, but some excellent field position awarded for that kick out of bounds.
Automatic first down.
First and 10 from the 41. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Looking out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Into traffic, complete. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And that'll hit and get out of bounds. Left some meat on the bone with that one. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And that lead they've got, Brock, they are never going to have to worry about losing it if they keep scoring every time they touch this football.
Is that how it works?
It surprisingly is. You know, if you have the lead and you don't lose it, you win.
And that time to start? Well, you wanted all 17 games of a season, but you're lucky to get it more than once.
Diving forward, and he makes the catch. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's McCarthy to throw. One's caught along the left sideline. And he's out of bounds with a big gain on the final play of the 1st. That's the end of our opening quarter. The Vikings have played to an early lead. We'll get back to the action in just a moment. It's Vikings ball as we return for the 2nd, and they've got to be thinking points here. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. He's got it near the 8. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here we go, set. 60 Bison, 60. Ready?
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. And they score! It's a Minnesota touchdown! The Vikings push this to an 8-point game. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Kevin O'Connell with the call. They're trying for 2.
will line up.
Back to the air, McCarthy. And he's going to get into the end zone. That extends their lead to 10 points.
That makes the score.
And they stay perfect, Brock. That's a perfect 3 for 3 now on 2-point tries. Is it just automatic at this point that if there's a touchdown, they're going to go for 2?
Well, they can tell this defense stops them. That answer is going to be yes. It's not supposed to be this easy. I mean, the numbers tell you you're not supposed to have this kind of success rate, but it's really clear this defense has no answer. Run, pass, confidence, the offense is owning them.
So hopefully he's able to find the landing zone next time. His first kickoff gives him some great field position here. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Rodgers here off the play action. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Vikings get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where you shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they bring him down around the 34. McCarthy keeping the pedal down.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Steelers' 34.
From the 34. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Offense in the hurry up now.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Vikings
First and 10. Here's McCarthy. Completed to his running back. He's tackled there, so a nice start to a new set of downs, but let's see if they keep it. Let's examine this flag. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty, and now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Second and 15. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete.
Making that throw in double coverage to a running back, I don't want to live off of that, and I certainly am not going to count on it. Give some credit to the effort it took to make that catch. A whole bunch of bodies around him.
Looking Hawkinson, he's got it. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
From the red zone now. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings parlay the interception into points. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Kevin O'Connell with the call. They're trying for 2. And again now, McCarthy. And that pass is complete for 2, and their lead grows further. Well, got a little history for y'all now. That is their 4th conversion this game. That ties the NFL record in a single contest. You're not supposed to be able to do this 4 times in a game against an NFL defense partner. How have they pulled it off?
Yeah, I hate to sound cliche here, but it's so true. When I'm watching this execution, Kate, it's everybody. It takes all 11. Heck, it takes the calls on the sideline, too. You don't make NFL history unless your team is all on the same page.
Two slated downs to approach here from the 40. To the air here on first down, Rodgers. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Intended for Calvin.
So after the incompletion, still at that 40-yard line for 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 40-yard line.
Rodgers here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets through for a 7-yard gain. The tackle made at the 47.
Complete to Pat Fryermuth.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, Rodgers. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run on 3rd down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Vikings and their QB, J.J. McCarthy, returning to the field on offense. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Minnesota in the formation. It's 1st and 10. McCarthy throwing here. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. McCarthy keeping the pedal down.
J.J. McCarthy sacked.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Rolling left, buying some time. Downfield, he's got Hawkinson. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. McCarthy throwing on this 3rd and 1. Same guy, here's Hawkinson again. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
A gain of 4 yards.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Ireland. The Vikings trying to add to their lead.
On the ready.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Design bootleg here. He rolls to his right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Again, McCarthy to throw. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
Intended
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Getting out to his left. And once again, they can't connect. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. And that brings up 4th and long. Will Reichert now to try the Vikings field goal. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. McCarthy to throw for it. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Completed over the middle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Offense up to the line fast.
10 yards on the play. That's good for a Steelers first down.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
To Jalen Warren. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
2nd and 8. Hits him on the end route. And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Again, Rodgers. Short pass brought in. And they take him down right along the 30. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. 2nd and 3 now.
2nd and 3 at the Vikings 30-yard line.
Throwing once again, Rodgers. Connects on the crosser. Has room into the secondary. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a DK. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Well, we all know there can be so little room for error spotting the football, and that's what's being reviewed right here. Did they get this right?
And I know both sidelines are furiously pleading their cases about what their eyes see. But fortunately, the eye in the sky and the replays will give us a clear answer.
So upon further review and a consultation from Game Day Central, the call overturned. Throwing again, it's Rodgers. Dumps it off to his running back. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers chop some of the lead off before the half. After up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers to make it an 11-point ball game.
Steelers 21. Chris Boswell.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Fielded at the 7. He's brought down just inside the 25. The Vikings back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he sure has proven to be a handful for him, grabbing their attention as a runner, but actually doing a good bit of damage as part of the team's passing game, too. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chuck Clark has it. And the Steelers might be able to get some points late after the interception.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Now here he goes. Rodgers slides down, and he picks up the first.
A gain of 26 yards. That's good for the Steelers.
Coming off the edge, Evans blocked. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the studios of the Creative Village here in Orlando. Scott Hansen with you, and we've seen some scoring so far. Both teams getting into the end zone, both teams thinking they could pull out the win in the second half. Who's it going to be? Let's find out. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a 2-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway. Now Boswell on to send this away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Here's the Minnesota offense headed out to start this third quarter. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. Once again, it's caught by Hawkinson. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Mason will try this one up the gut. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. Everybody rushing back to the line. Second and 12 behind the sticks. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Escapes out to the left. Looking Hawkinson, he's got it. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Working inside the red zone. Forced out to his right. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota! The Vikings grow the lead coming at the halftime. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. There was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he found his man.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised decision, but when you give your receiver a chance, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust your guys are better than theirs.
And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
That is a gold star effort by the defense. First and foremost, you got to defend against the run on this short of a field. To do that and adapt in time to force an incompletion, that's a win-win.
And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. Well, gotta imagine he's going to be headed to the kicking net after that one, right, partner? Work on how he's striking that football. That was a considerable miscue right there. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Play action with Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So now it's going to be third and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Caught by Warren out of the backfield.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion, but that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And they're facing a long field ahead of them as that kick skips out near the 11. The Vikings and their QB J.J. McCarthy returning to the field on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. And a man is there to knock that away. After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Off play action. It's McCarthy. Buying some time right. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around?
3 straight passes have hit the ground, but here we go. They're going for it on fourth. Throwing again now, McCarthy. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs. Throwing on first down, Rodgers. The throw is caught. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers shrinking the lead some in the third. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown! His second scoring catch of the game. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Here's a return from the 7. This makes it up to the 25. The Vikings offense back to the field now. Their failure on fourth down was answered by a touchdown, so they're really going to need to rebuild some momentum as they take the field once again. Downfield, he's got Hawkinson. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Same guy. Here's Hawkinson again. They're working quickly here. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Chased out to his right. He's keeping it. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives a defense and a defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
This is Mason on 2nd down. And they take him down right along the 30. 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Still working from the 30 as they line this up. 2nd and 10. Now it's McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Throwing on third, McCarthy. Flush down out to his left. He's running for it. That's good for 7 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
This one's caught. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Vikings ball, working to carry this lead through to the end. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's McCarthy to throw. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Here's McCarthy leading them to the line. They're going for 2. He's throwing for it. He has it. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Whenever you're throwing for 2, you always expect to see the pass go into the end zone because otherwise you risk defenders rallying to the ball and stopping it short.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. With the defensive speed in today's league, gosh, you're just taking a risk anytime you throw it short of the end zone.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And they just saw that lead stretched out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be a sky high right now.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Completed over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down, but that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series, and don't put the ball in harm's way.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The Vikings and Justin Jefferson ready to go to work again offensively. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Still working from the 30 as they line this up, 2nd and 10. McCarthy looking to throw. Once again, it's caught by Hawkinson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down from the red zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. A 4th for him in this game, and one more ties the record. Now McCarthy and the Vikings getting all set for the 2-point attempt. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And that's into the end zone, so they follow the touchdown by tacking on 2 more to their lead. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Johnson with a return here. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
2nd and 8. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Rodgers here from the gun. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes! And this one's swatted away by a defender, so they went for it unsuccessfully, and now they turn it over on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
1st and 10, it's McCarthy. Rolling left, buying some time. He takes it himself. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Working inside the red zone. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Mason. The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short. Now McCarthy. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota! The Vikings continue piling it on here in the 4th. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. The 5th of the game for him, tying the NFL single-game record. Well, with that score right there, Brock, he has reached one of the pinnacles of playing quarterback here in the NFL. The most touchdown passes in a single game.
And I can promise you, after this game, he's going to do... I remember Peyton and Marvin having a back and forth after breaking a record. Neither of them wanted the ball because they knew it took all of them. And I promise you, after the game at the podium, he'll say the same thing today. It's his name in the record book, but this is an offensive explosion for a day.
Here's McCarthy leading them to the line. They're going for 2. He'll throw it. And he's into the end zone. That play adds a couple more to their lead. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So a rarity for anyone playing penalty bingo. It's a kickoff out of bounds and some great field position starting out. First down throw by Rodgers. Dumped off to his running back. Oh, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Vikings, going the other way. They get a little extra on top of that fumble recovery as they take possession.
You know, we could go down on that field and ask any player about the first lessons they learned in the game of football, and almost every one of them, Kate's going to say the same thing. Ball security. I bet he could even hear his old high school coach's voice in his ears right now, telling him next time, you got to hang on to it better.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. It's a pickup of 11. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. McCarthy throwing here. Caught, nice gain left side. And what a big play that was on first down, but we also have a flag. This might be coming back. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Second and 13. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Steelers get the football back at their own 30 after that interception and return. All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10. Play action with Rodgers. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. Still at the 30 after the incompletion. Here's second and 10. Counterplay here, Warren. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be third and longer.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Dublin. Steelers hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. Offense going with a 4-receiver set, third and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That's DK on the slant. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's a Steelers first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Putting the tight end in motion. First down, Rodgers. This finds Austin, complete. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. Here's Rodgers. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that'll chip away some of this near the end. It's caught for a touchdown. The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers will trail by 25. Now Boswell on to send this away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Vikings and their QB J.J. McCarthy returning to the field on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Vikings to the line now. Here's first and 10. They're going to pass it here. Oh, he loses the football. Steelers have it, headed the other way. This is returned all the way into the red zone. What a way to add on to that turnover.
Man, there is nothing like a defense taking the ball away for you, right? It's all about the ball. It's all about, you hear me preach that all the time. Get the ball back. Well, they get the ball back with a little extra bonus on that return as well.
To the air here on first down, Rodgers. The back's got it. The Steelers calling their first time out. Warren goes the wrong way and is going to lose several here. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. Backed up to the 8 here. It's second and goal. Now Rodgers. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on and on.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and goal. Drops this underneath to Warren. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers making the scoreboard look a touch better. Boswell to add the PAT. Ooh, snaps a little slow. And the kick is blocked. And they're not able to transform the block into 2 points. He's tackled short and they get nothing following the touchdown. Well, good news here. This is 1 kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. Returning it from the 4. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Vikings and Justin Jefferson ready to go to work again offensively. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Oh, Bronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. 2nd and 10, still at the 28. Now it's McCarthy. He's throwing deep to the left side. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. McCarthy to throw it. He's loaded another one up. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
A small little jab there finally landed by the defense, able to break up one of these passes, but let's be real. We know who's been landing the heavy punches all game long. Looks like they're going to keep being aggressive too, Kate. I love that. Stay on the gas.
And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen on one of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Throwing on first down, Rodgers. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Now he takes it. And into the slide he goes after a gain of close to 5, Brock. That will bring up third down. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. They get to the line and spike the football to stop the clock. Hands are tied. Gotta have it on this fourth down. Motioning the tight end now. Desperation time here. He's got it! The outcome's decided here, but we got a timeout with 2 seconds on the clock so they can think it over before their final play. Some movement up front, and now backs even more against the wall. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Well, the jumpiness cost him 5. First and goal, a little bit tougher here. They send the tight end in motion. Here he goes, one final shot. This throw is caught. So it's a win for the Vikings. And they're off to a good start in the preseason, Brock. Seen a lot of players fighting together for the victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we say so long from Dublin.